Hey guys, I'm Hannah Cox with Base Politics. Welcome back to my show, Copaganda, where each week we look at video footage of police behaving badly and examine how they get away with it. This week, I have to give a little trigger warning here. It involves dogs, so prepare yourself. Let's roll the clip.
Hey, come here. Come here. Hey, don't touch the dog. He's got nothing to do. Come here. Come on out. Come on out. We got a search warrant for your property. Come on out, sir. What? Put your hands in the air, please. Keep coming. Anybody else in the house?
Yeah.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop. Come here.
Oh, okay.
Dog.
Cannot take my...
Come here. Come here.
I feel sick.
Now, come here.
Go secure the house.
Stop. Don't resist. Stop. Dog.
Dog.
All right. After watching that, we now have to discuss what is actually a massive problem in policing. I'm sure by now you are well aware that police kill a lot of people every year, but what you might not know is they also kill a crazy amount of dogs. They kill so many dogs that the Department of Justice has actually labeled it an epidemic. Now, we don't even know exactly how many dogs are killed by police every year because, like many things, police departments are not required to track or report statistics of this kind, which is bizarre. But our best estimates show that at least 25 to 30 dogs are killed every day by police, and estimates say as many as 10,000 dogs per year. Now, some of these are wild animals, dogs that are actually attacking police. In some cases, perhaps there's a little justification for these actions, but nowhere close to the numbers we're seeing. Oftentimes, these are families' pets. If you simply Google this, you can come up with countless stories of them killing everything from emotional support dogs to people's dogs in their backyard to instances like this. Now, one thing that you probably can't tell in watching the video we just watched is that that dog was actually chained. There was absolutely no reason for them to shoot that dog, and it did later die at the vet a few hours later. Now, you might be, what circumstances occurred for all of these police to be raiding the property in the first place in order for them to even encounter the dog? And when we dig into the details, it gets even worse. So this occurred in Trinity County, California, and it actually was a raid on a legal cannabis farm. That's right, a legal cannabis farm. This article says the raid was part of several between 6 to 9, depending on who you ask, that were conducted over the first 2 days of May in remote areas of western Trinity County, which is notorious for cannabis cultivation. According to the Trinity County Sheriff's Department, these raids resulted in the seizure of over 16,000 marijuana plants, 7,500 pounds of processed marijuana, 25 firearms, and $64,566 in cash. Now, you might be wondering why this is going on, and it's actually pretty simple. We have something called the war on drugs, as I'm sure you know. And that means that marijuana is illegal in many places, and this is therefore something cops spend a tremendous amount of time and resources enforcing. They are regularly raiding people's homes and their properties, and since we've had sort of a hodgepodge of legalization across the country, it's created a really weird scheme in which people have to operate. Even in places like California where it's legal, you have to jump through a ton of government hoops just to grow these plants. The owner of this property had done that. They were simply waiting on their permit. So they were in legal standing. They were doing everything they were supposed to do. But cops were still taking the opportunity to raid these farms. And the reason for that is they can get a lot of money out of these people thanks to something called civil asset forfeiture. Civil asset forfeiture is the gasoline propelling the car that is the war on drugs. Basically, if cops even suspect you of committing a crime, they don't have to charge you. They don't have to prove anything. They can seize cash. They can seize property. And you basically have to hire an attorney to come in and fight the government and prove your innocence. It's a completely backwards system, and it equates to a lot of people getting basically mugged by police. In fact, According to some reports, police steal more than burglars do from Americans year in and year out. Now, we spend over $1 trillion trying to enforce the war on drugs, which is completely asinine. People should have the ability to consume what they want and pay the repercussions for their negative choices. I don't think consuming drugs is a great idea, but I think it's actually far superior to what we're currently doing, where we're spending that amount of resources chasing down peaceful people, mugging them, taking their property, and shooting their dogs. This kind of behavior is absolutely inexcusable, but it flies under the radar, and it's unfortunate that most Americans are simply unaware of these kinds of behaviors until they come into their own backyard. Until we get rid of the war on drugs, I suggest you hold your puppies close, don't call the cops, and make sure that if you do have to engage with them, your puppy's locked up, because it could be in danger. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and until next week, stay based.
Yeah.